Hey everyone, by the time you're watching this, Narai will obviously have been disabled from being available to play. The interesting thing about it is still listed in the group of operations, just unable to select it, which is different from, say, Dynamo or Cherry Blossom, where it's not even in the list. So that may be an indication that they actually intend to return it into the rotation soon. We'll just have to see if that is actually true. This game is a 6-ship division with myself playing the Shchors. And while it is the same northern route Shchors replay I've shown off before a couple times already, there is something different and special about this one. But to start, it's going to be pretty much the same start. Load up AP, fire at the Gua for some citadels, good damage. Now you see I'm firing AP at the Wyoming, and I'm aiming for its upper deck. You can get some decent damage doing that, especially up close. You'll see here I am within 8 kilometers of the fort, so you can actually do some decent damage to it. And right now I'm waiting for the emerald to show up to get some good damage on that. And with operations group, obviously it's a fight to see who can get the most damage on the emerald and sink it, as it never lasts long when you're playing with us. Now here's the part where you really get the name Northern Route, as I'm heading north of the islands here on the B line, and I'm moving into position to load AP and get broadside shots into the Dallas, the Mule, and the Emerald, and you can really get some good citadel hits. And the key thing is to get behind a little bit of island sticking out here in B6. And that way you can keep yourself pretty protected, especially from the Missouri shooting at you. As you can see right now, there's no way for the Missouri to shoot at me. You can still get some good hits on the Dallas and the Mule. And just like that, some more citadels. And you can also get citadel hits on the Emerald if you aim it correctly. And if you're doing really well, you can easily have 70,000-80,000 damage by the time these 3 cruisers are sunk. After this, with the northern route, you're typically going to be going after the Lexington and its escorts, as you're in the perfect position to do that. And if you want to take some pot shots at the Missouri, just be aware that you may attract its attention. And it's not fun being shot at by a Missouri in a Shchors. Now, do you see what I'm doing here? The Dallas is often in the spot north here, so I'm firing as I know approximately where it is, and you saw I got a fire, which means the Dallas is there, and I'm trying to get it to move so it's no longer shooting at me while I lie in wait for the Lexington and its escorts. It can get really annoying if the Dallas is just sitting there shooting at you when you're obviously focused on trying to do something else. And with the Dallas moving and gone, it's going to be relatively easy. And if you saw where I was aiming there, there's a little empty bit of land on that island, which is where the fort is. And if you remember where all the fort positions are, you can fire at them without them actually showing up. And with version 3.3, it's very common for the Nicholas to push north, so you're going to encounter that a lot, at least until we'll see what happens with the next version. With the Phoenix sunk, I don't need to worry about it anymore, just need to finish off the Nicholas, and then I'm free to sink the Lexington at will. Now, one thing about fighting the Nicholas, you see how I'm staying back away in front of it? One mistake that can happen often is people will charge at the Nicholas and then get themselves torpedoed, and well, it's not pleasant, especially if you still have the Lexington left over to sink. So if you're going to doing this, stay back like I did, and don't charge the Nicholas. And same with the Phoenix as well. And one other note, if you're low health, which I'm not here, you do not want to be getting too close to the Lexington either, as it has secondaries, and if you're unlucky, you can get finished by the Lexington's secondaries. Now, if you take a look at what's going on, everyone's already pushed into the harbor, while I'm out here finishing off the Lexington. This is where I'm talking about with this being a very different replay. And as you can see, the Farragut has barely even gotten past the island in the 9 line, and everyone's already charging in. So what happens with this replay is we actually finished this game really quickly, and for those who've seen my previous replay about a speed record for Narai, the previous speed record we had was finishing in 11 minutes straight. this one beats it. And you'll see I finished Lexington, and we've already spawned first, second, and third wave of the ships that spawned in the southeast corner, and we are just taking them down really quickly. So I barely have any time to get some more damage before the game ends. And as you can see, just like that, just the Colorado left. And the Colorado is dead, with all the ships gone. So that's pretty much Narai finished, and look at what time is left. 9:16. By the time the timer finishes counting down, and the operation finishes, the total time remaining on the clock is 10:52, which beats the 11 speed record that I previously showed you. And who knows, maybe I'll show you something more. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.